I'm Emmy Hart and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a speed build I did in Glimmerbrook. It's a little tavern and it took me about 3 hours to build. I don't know why it took me so long considering it's so small, but I think it's just because I'm still learning how to build better in The Sims, and I think I want to make it my 2024 challenge just to get better at building. I love watching speed builds and any kind of build on YouTube, so I wanted to start doing that on my channel more. So I had a few reference photos I used for this. One of them almost looked like Lego. It was some kind of brick thing, but it was super cute and I wanted to use that as my inspiration photo. I also found 2 other photos. I'll put them up there so you can see. It isn't exactly those photos, but it's just something that helped inspire me throughout the build, and having a reference photo really helps me just to figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it, especially since I have a harder time building in The Sims. It just helps me lock everything in place and actually get an idea of how to do a floor plan and stuff like that. I'm also still learning how to do roofing, so the roofing part was a little hard for me, but I think I did okay. And picking the different walls was hard as well. You can see that I was going through a bunch of different colors and everything and trying out all the swatches for the brick. And I used the new Castle Estate bricks for the base and I think they looked great, especially mixing them with Get Together stuff. They combined really well, I thought. But as you can see, I used a lot of Get Together as well as the Castle Estate kits together, and I combined it with Cottage Living as well. I also made sure not to use any CC, so if any of you want to download it, I can upload it to the gallery so that you can have it. I'm sure there's a lot of other better tavern builds out there, but I'm still happy with mine. Another thing I really struggle with is windows. I'm never quite sure where to place them, what exactly will look good. I do really love the door from Castle Estate though, so I'm happy that I ended up picking that one for the build. And just everything looks so good together in the Castle Estate kit. If you saw my review, I'm really loving that kit. That's what inspired me to start building more kind of medieval type builds. I'm planning a new series in The Sims that requires me to kind of rebuild Glimmerbrook, so I'm going to be doing a lot of Glimmerbrook builds. If you have any suggestions for stuff you want to see, let me know. I don't want to spoil the entire series idea yet because I'm still working on it. I'm still planning the story, but it is going to be a let's play type of situation that's kind of set more so in medieval times, so I'm trying to get those vibes in Glimmerbrook. And I've been creating different characters and everything that I'm planning to have in the series, and I'm honestly really excited for it. I just love being able to tell stories, and I love creating characters in The Sims and making new challenges, so I think this will be a unique way to play The Sims and be able to tell more stories through it. So hopefully this is something that you're interested in seeing, and I'll start revealing more as I'm planning more, and I'm hoping that I can start getting this series out soon, maybe by next month, but we'll see. It'll probably take me a lot of time to complete all the builds, and I'm going to do a video on making the characters for it too, so I'll be doing the builds and then the characters, and then we'll get into the let's play. But now in the build I'm working on the landscaping, and I feel like it's a completely different beast in The Sims. It takes a lot more effort. I don't know, I feel like you have to be super creative with it and placing things and doing terrain. Terrain takes a lot of talent, I feel. I'm thankful that I didn't get the glitch in this where the terrain disappears after. At least I don't think so. I'm gonna have to recheck it to make sure the terrain didn't disappear. I was just trying to use different elements around the Glimmerbrook town. So there's a lot of pine trees, so I was trying to add a lot of pine trees. And I made a little lake thing behind the tavern, which I thought was super cute. So I had a lot of fun with that. Getting into the interior, I tried a lot of different layouts at first. I wanted it to feel super quaint and cozy and almost cramped when you go in, you know? Sometimes in those old tavern type things that you see, everything kind of feels close and has a sort of charm to it that I was really trying to bring into this build. I did kind of want to go for Skyrim vibes, I'm not gonna lie. I used to love playing Skyrim, and I remember all those old taverns that you'd go into, the taverns and inns, and they were just so almost homey feeling. Like they had that cozy feel with the fire and the bar and all the people in it. Those are the kind of vibes that I wanted for this build. That is what I was going for. Also, the horse ranch pack was great for this as well, to add all the nectar elements and they have a lot of stuff that can work in a tavern in build mode, so I ended up using a lot of that pack as well. I think they all fit well. So cottage living, get together, castle estate, and the horse ranch kind of all melded together in a way that really worked. And also right here, I couldn't decide whether to make it a bar or a lounge because I didn't want any TVs or stuff that looked out of place for a medieval tavern. I really wanted it to feel like you're transported back in time. So I ended up doing something a bit funny later to kind of hide the TV so that it wouldn't distract from the build and kind of take you out of place. Sadly, the surroundings of Glimmerbrook kind of take away from it because there's like lampposts and stuff like that, but you can only do so much in The Sims, you know? As long as you're on the lot and you feel transported, that's all that matters. I'll make sure when I'm doing the Let's Play not to scroll back too far, make sure that the vibes aren't taken away from the surroundings or anything like that, so it really feels like the Let's Play is happening. To be fair, any Sims that are visiting the tavern will probably take away from the vibes bit, unless I can just edit them right then and there to kind of match the tavern vibes. That could be kind of fun. I might end up doing that. But here I was trying out different chairs and I was trying to really get that closeness vibe where it felt like everyone was right next to each other in there. I hope what I'm saying is matching up with the clip. I'm watching it as I go, but when I edit this footage, it might kind of not match up exactly. So hopefully you get what I'm saying as it's happening. Another thing that was important to me was lighting. I wanted it to feel very dark. I feel like in Skyrim, all the taverns and inns had a super dark feel. I just wanted only like a bit of candlelight to light up the place to give the look that I was going for. So hopefully it's not too dark for you all and you can see it well. I was a little worried that it'd be hard to see when you're in there, but I love lower lighting. I love just that feel it gives, so hopefully it's not too bad. I used the candles on the table from Eco Lifestyle. Those were great. I found them when I went into the debug, so if you're looking for those, you have to open the debug with show hidden objects and show live edit objects. And then with this, I also came up with the idea to layer the rugs. I love when I'm looking at people's builds and they have rugs all over the place, so I definitely wanted to add that in this to bring in more so those cozy vibes. And here I was using the horse ranch barrels, sizing them up and down and giving that kind of bar look for the place. And then I started adding the rugs, adding more decor. I think you can also see that as adding nectar bottles all over the place to give the idea that people had been drinking a lot, that the bar is being used, that people are having a good time. I feel like in the medieval taverns, like in Skyrim or any game you play, you definitely see a lot of like drinks everywhere. It might not be the cleanest place, so that's kind of what I was trying to do in the build. I did find it kind of hard to find art or any decor that would look good in this tavern. Next time I might try to download some different art from the gallery. It's so cool how much art you can find in the gallery that isn't technically CC, but it looks like CC. Next time I'm definitely going to use a bit more of that. And then we go to the upstairs. I wanted to add more of like an inn part where people could sleep and come in after a long journey and rest. I think in the Let's Play, when my Sims come here, they will have to like pay a certain amount to stay in the rooms, so that could be kind of fun. Then I ended up using vampires for the bathroom since I felt like they gave the most old-timey bathroom stuff. I know it's definitely not accurate, but it's the only thing I could think of in the moment for giving that old-timey bathroom. And then I also wanted for when you walk up the stairs that you can actually play games, so I added the games tables from Get Together. I wanted the tavern to feel very active, that people could have a lot of fun here, so that's why I added those. And then I found those little cots from the Horse Ranch pack too that fit perfectly. I definitely thought they got the job done for making it look like a quick place to spend the night. So I'm very happy I found those. I didn't even know those existed in the pack, so I'm super happy they're there and they definitely add to the look that I was going for. I also feel like I'm really bad at going back and forth. Like I'll do the bar area or something and then I'll go back upstairs and do stuff like that, and then I'll be like, oh, I found this cute thing for outside, so then I'll put something outside. Next time when I'm building, I'm gonna try to like stick in one area and move along in the areas, but it's so hard when you find something cute in the menu that you just want to add somewhere else. Then I was just cluttering up the rooms, making sure that they looked used, that the tavern could be using those areas for storage as well. It was really fun just finding new items to use in different ways that really add to the tavern look that I was going for. I have discovered that I love cluttering stuff up. It was so fun just adding all these cute items. I feel like I may have used a little too many of the Horse Ranch barrels. They are everywhere in this build. but you know, it has a bar, it fits. I think it's fine. I'll start finding more items to use for the other builds I do. And then I did build an extra little secret building. I mean, I guess it's not really secret. Once you see it, it's kind of just out in the open. I was trying to put it in the tavern, as you can see in this part, if the video is lined up correctly, but I just couldn't get it to look good in there. And I had to move stuff around, and I already liked what the place was looking like. And that's why I ended up building a second building for it. I don't think the second building I did was as good as the first building. It definitely could have used a little more work. I wanted it to kind of look like a storage area when you first went in. That could have been used for nectar making or anything like that. I might not show you the full secret area, so if you do end up watching the series, it won't be too much of a surprise. There's nothing crazy down there, but I still want, for storytelling purposes, for it to feel more like a surprise and that we're on the journey together. So I'll show you a little bit of this, but not the full thing. The first part of it I just made for nectar making, so they have to go through secret areas to make their nectar, and then there's an even more secret area for the hidden objects. And then I just added a little more landscaping here and there. Roofing like octagonal objects is so much harder than it needs to be for me. I struggle every time I try to make something circular or with diagonals in it. Made sure I had all the requirements of the lot, and I'll make sure to do a slow walkthrough with you all to make sure you can see it all, not in fast motion. I did add a few lot challenges as well, so we'll take a look at those. So here's the build in full view in the daytime without being all sped up. We have Valentina here helping us tour. So here's the outside of the building. We have some plants under the windows, a cute little sign to indicate that it's a tavern, some lights outside. Here's the little storage hut. I'll show you the first level of it. Nothing too exciting, just some barrels and stuff. Here's the outside a bit more. We have the little pond here in the back with some more vines growing up it and a little chimneys. Windows here from the Castle Estate kit. I can't remember what that one's from. I think it's from the Castle Estate kit too, but I don't quite remember. These sticking out bits are from Get Together, I believe. Then let's go inside the building. So when you first come in, you can see all the rugs on the ground, the little piano with nectar on top. There's candles on all the table to illuminate it a bit more. We have these nice wall lights as well, and some moon art on the wall. And I needed to have a fireplace. There's no way I couldn't have a fireplace. That is the ultimate cozy vibes, with some more nectar on it. There's nectar everywhere in here. If your Sims need to get some nectar, they can just come here and grab a bottle from anywhere, even in the bathroom. We have a little bookshelf here, which I thought was important to have, and a radio because that was part of the requirements, but at least this one looks old-timey, you know? I do want to change the bartenders' outfits. I don't know how I can do that. Maybe there's a mod for it or something to kind of more so match the medieval vibes. I'm not sure. Oh, and this is where what I was talking about with the hidden TV. So there's actually a TV underneath this barrel. Just had the move objects on cheat and hid the TV underneath the barrel so that it passed the requirements. So if you're wondering why there's a little barrel in the wall, that's why. Then let's go upstairs. So we have a bunch of rooms in here. We have these playing tables so that Sims can play any games that they want while they're here and drinking nectar. There's the nectar in the bathroom, so if the Sims really can't wait for drinking their nectar, they can do it while they're in the bathroom. In the bedrooms, we have some bedrolls, more drinks, and some books in case they want to study and gain more knowledge on whatever quest they might be going on. I also love these windows. I love how they stick out. It feels very fairy tale. And I love this chest. This is from Cats and Dogs. I did not know we had this in Cats and Dogs, but it looks really cool there. It definitely fits the look I was going for. And I placed the lanterns on some boxes, and I thought these beds worked for the tavern vibes as well. We have some more bedrolls in this one with lots of nectar and a bed for any lucky Sim who gets the bed. Maybe they have to pay more to get the bed. But yeah, this is the full build. When I'm playing it, I'll probably make sure not to scroll out too far so that you can't see like all the random stuff in the back that doesn't really fit the medieval vibes. It's fine, it's The Sims. It's about playing pretend and kind of making up your own stories as well. I really hope you enjoyed this build. It definitely took me a while since I'm not usually a builder in The Sims, but I really want to get better, so this is a start to that. Let me know in the comments if you can guess what the Let's Play is gonna be. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!